Let's consider how we can provide written feedback to the evaluator whose reports we've been reading and reviewing. First, you'll notice that I start my feedback statement with a positive. It's important to meet our evaluators where they are. This evaluator is understanding to build a Claim Connect action structure in his feedback. However, we're recognizing he needs some support in more detail in the Connect and Action sections. Remember, this evaluator struggled to align evidence or to make the connections clear as to why evidence was cited. So I pulled a direct quote from his report and then recommended some alternate indicators as to where that could fit. However, he may also require just an opportunity to connect his thinking, because when students shout out, it doesn't in fact allow think time, which doesn't allow students to construct their own learning. So I make this recommendation and he can best determine whether this is an issue of alignment or he just simply needs to make his thinking more visible. I include an action step that he needs to include details, and I let him know why he needs to include those details to ensure clarity. But then I also provide him some thinking questions as to what he could be collecting or thinking about, like what types of tasks he observed, what type of thinking the tasks required to support that critical thinking. Notice that I return him to his language in his rubric and remind him that in the developing rating, this particular phrase, an attempt, is critically important in that he needs to support how he saw an attempt, yet how the attempt did not fully promote that construction of learning. I refer him back to the Revision Learning Continuum C that requires an analysis of how the teacher's actions are impacting students. Finally, I reference Revision Indicator D, because if you notice when he provides an action step, he's missing evidence in the Connect section to support why he is making that suggestion. So I pulled two quotes for him from his feedback to show how he has provided an action step, yet has not provided the evidence. I also give him suggestions as to what he can include. What did he see happening to support that students were unable to or willing to use the model? Not only do I include thinking questions, but often I'll refer to my own observation notes and provide details of evidence that I have collected to model and show the evaluator what can be included. Once you've provided feedback for each indicator submitted, you then can provide some basic feedback underneath each indicator for the revision continuum. Here I'll often just summarize or reiterate what I've already included in the top. I might say here that the evaluator is working to utilize the Claim Connect action structure, but that he needs to work further on aligning evidence to the appropriate performance indicators, and also thinking about the connections that need to be made between the practice and the actual rating so that there is clarity and transparency for the teacher and support for his claim.